Hi, everyone. Welcome back to this training. Today, I want to talk to you about something really important and something so important that I don't even think I understood before doTERRA came into my life. And even when doTERRA did come on the scene, it was really hard for me to grasp initially. So I just want to talk about this concept of financial freedom. And first, let me just tell you that you are not here in this group by mistake. It is completely intentional that you're here, that there is a message here for you. I don't believe in coincidence. I believe in God's little miracles every single day. So the fact we are on this day of training, this day in your life, there's a reason for it, and only you know what that is, okay? Well, you and God. So I want to tell you that when doTERRA came into my life, I was trading my time for a paycheck. I was in a career that I had done for decades, and I thought the only way that you got money was you would go work or make your widgets or do whatever you do, and then I would get a paycheck. I even had a paycheck and a retirement fund that was accruing. So for me, my future was always when I turn 55, when I turn 65. And retirement accounts aren't what they used to be. Companies don't even offer pensions anymore. People don't stay at companies for pensions, and companies are going under every single day. So people, the whole 40-year mentality of staying at a job and being rewarded for it, it's just not there anymore. So what I want to talk to you about today is really important, and that is building a financial pipeline versus just hauling buckets. So I'm going to tell you the story of a man who was in a village with no running water. And every day he would take his bucket down to where the water was. And this was miles that he would walk to go get the water and bring it back to his village for his family and other people in the village. And he did this day after day after day. And then one day he was inspired and he thought, well, gosh, I'll still do my bucket job. And I did my bucket job for years while I was starting to build doTERRA, which is where many of you might be right now. But this man in the village with no running water said, I'm going to start to build a pipeline. And I'll still haul my buckets during the day, but when I'm done, I am going to build this pipeline. So at some point, I will be free of hauling the buckets. Okay? And he did this for years and years, very diligently. And one day, there's a spigot and there was running water when he turned it on. And that was after years of this pipeline. And now he is refreshed with running water to this village every single day. So it's a lot like the buckets are like trading the hours for the paycheck like I used to do. And I used to think that that was the only way that you could get paid to do a job. And obviously there's a limit on what your earnings would be. I know I topped out at a certain ceiling at a certain amount. And that was really as good as it was going to get from me in my career at the university. And every time I was doing work for, a greater good, I worked for an amazing employer, but yet I was building someone else's dreams and not my own. So I want to encourage you guys, and then I'm going to show you something. There's a reason why I am on the computer. I'm going to do a screen share that I want you to think about what this residual income would look like. And for those of you that were like me and you have a retirement account that you put into every month, or maybe you don't, but that it's accruing and accruing and accruing, and you think that the end all be all is going to be retirement. It's not. I promise you, it's not. And if you just put that kind of time and effort into what you're doing now with your doTERRA business on the side, it will reward you tenfold. So I want to show you something. Okay, let me just share the screen here. And I want to show you what the possibilities look like. Okay, in your build brochure, you have a page in that brochure that says Discover the Possibilities. And this is a visual. I'm a visual person, so this is a visual of what it looks like at every rank, every leadership rank of doTERRA. Actually, elite's not even a leadership rank, but we start there because it is completely possible by the time you're done with this program for you to get to elite and beyond, okay? So I want you to take a look at this build brochure. Hopefully you have it in your hands by now, but if you don't, you can look at it here on the screen, and you determine what level of pay for a month do you have your sights set on? Which one of these? Is it Premier? Is it Silver? Which one of these speaks to you where you would say, you know what? That is going to make it worth my while. if I make that much a month a year from now, I can do this. I can look at the future. I can build my pipeline while I continue to haul buckets in my day job. We've got the job going on, and I know it's stressful, and I know that your time is spread thin. But if you can just keep your sights set on this, determine which level that is for you, and you can then work towards that goal. And that's what we are here to do, is help you work towards that goal. Okay. So let me show you something else. And that's this. Let me show you one other thing. Okay. Some of you may have been involved in other companies before, and I'm never bashing other companies. I just want to show you what this looks like. Every year, doTERRA has to give an income disclosure on what our top earners are making. And just so you're aware, these top 6 ranks, they're called different things in different companies, but for us, we're at the far right here. For us, level 6 would be a silver in our organization. And level 5 would be a gold, 4 would be platinum, 3 would be diamond, 2 would be blue diamond, and 1 would be presidential. Now, these other companies you may have heard of. You may have even done some of these companies, or you know people in these companies. I'm not showing you this slide so you can say, neener, 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 I'm going to make more than you are. That's not what this is about. This is to educate you so you can see what is happening in doTERRA, that the amount of money that you can make as a silver, which is completely doable. People make it to silver in 60 days if they work hard enough. We can teach you how to do that. And so that's roughly around a little over $2,000 a month. Someone that is working that hard to get to silver in doTERRA is making $26,000 a year. While that might not be life-changing, that's going to help you possibly go part-time or put some things in your schedule and alleviate some of that burden for you. But the reason I show you this slide is because let's take a look at Isagenix for a minute and Rodan and Fields. Okay, again, I'm not bad-mouthing these companies. What I'm telling you is that someone working at those companies would work just as hard as a silver in our organization. And a silver's working at least 20 hours a week. And in Isagenix, that person putting in 20 hours a week is going to make $2,000 for the whole year. That's not a monthly amount. Okay, so I want you to study this and really look at this. And also, what are some other nuances in what you see? The income potential at doTERRA is pretty substantial at our first leadership rank, and it's even more substantial at that rank of Presidential Diamond. Now, that is the very top 1% of our company. But what this slide should tell you is that the high levels of pay aren't just for those top levels. You can see it down to silver, which is completely doable for all of you. And you can see in these other companies that the people at the top are making way ridiculous amounts more than the people at the bottom. So I just want you to put this slide in the back of your mind and think about that as you are starting your doTERRA business. There's an income disclosure that I will post. We have to disclose what our leadership ranks make every single month. It's not what we think they make. It's actual salaries that go into a pool, and there's averages, okay? So you determine, go back and look at your build guide, determine which is the level that you want to put in for, and let's work together. Me, you, your mentor, let's work together in this training to get you there. Okay, I hope you can see the potential because it is quite amazing.